A very good morning, guys. So in this session we're going to discuss about pointer declaration. It's a very important topic, so I request all of you guys to please watch till the end, right? And if you do like it, please do subscribe, right? Okay, so now let's suppose given these 10 expressions, if somebody asks you like how you define f in this, how you define x in this, what is ARR, what is AO in this, so how will you define all this thing? So remember, before like we discuss all these things, remember a few things, that for pointers we normally use a to keyword. For arrays we use of, right? And for functions we use a return statement. For example, like for pointers we use to, for array we use of, for functions we use what? We use return. Now given this first expression, how will you read this? So there is a clockwise rule to read this. We go by this, right, like this. Now what is f? Since f is not in a bracket, this star f is not a bracket, therefore f is not a pointer, right? So what is f? So f is what? F is your array of how many integer? So f is an array of 10 pointers to integer. So you can write it as like this: f is an array of, see, with array we are using of. So f is an array of 10 pointers, and with pointers we are writing what? To integer, right? So your f is an array of 10 pointers to integer, right? Now in the second expression, what is f? See, f is in the bracket, so it means f is your pointer. So f is a pointer. Pointer to what? Pointer to an array of what? Of 10 integer. F is a pointer because f is in bracket, right? Pointer to an array of 10 integer. F is a pointer to an array of 10 integer, right? Now moving on to the third statement. Again this f is in bracket. So what? And this is what? This is function. So we write f is a pointer. F is a pointer to a function. To a function which is taking what? One integer parameter, which takes one int parameter and returns with function what we are using? We are using a return keyword, and returns an integer, right? So f is a pointer to a function which takes one int parameter and returns an integer. F is a pointer to a function returning integer, right? Now moving on to the third statement, fourth statement in fact. See, this f is not in a bracket. So what is f? F is a function which takes one int parameter and returns a pointer to your integer. So f is a function which takes one int parameter and returns what? Returns a pointer to integer, and returns a pointer to integer, right? Now moving on to the next statement. So now in this, what is f? See, f is an array of 10 pointer. F is an array of 10 pointer to a function which takes two int parameters and returns nothing. So I will write this: f is an array of 10 pointers, right? So let's break this. F is an array of 10 pointers, array of 10 pointers to what? To a function which takes two int parameter and returns what? And returns nothing. Void means nothing, or you can even write returns void. So f is an array of 10 pointers to a function which takes your two int parameters and returns nothing. Now moving on to the sixth statement. So now what is x? See, break this first. X is an array of 3 pointers. So I am writing this: x is an array of 3 pointers. Right, pointers to what? X is an array of 3 pointers to a function which returns a pointer. To a function which returns. X is an array of 3 pointer to a function which returns a pointer to an array, of 5 characters, which returns a pointer to an array of 5 characters. Fine. I hope it is clear so far. Now moving on, the seventh expression. Now what is x? So try to solve this. So x is a function returning pointer to an array of pointer to function returning character. Break step by step. So we will try to break this first. So what is x? X is a function returning pointer to an array of pointer to function returning character. Right. So x is a function, right, returning pointer to an array of pointer to function returning character. Right. So let's suppose if given this only, x is a function, so make this x is a function. Right. X is a function returning what? Pointer. So x is a function returning pointer. X is a function returning pointer to an array. X is a function returning pointer to an array of what? Array of pointer to a function. So x is a function returning pointer to an array of pointer to a function returning what? Character. So this is how you can write this. Right. So now moving on to the next statement. This given one. Now how will you break this? How to define this? So in this, ARR is an array of 5 pointer to function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to integer. So we write it as ARR is an array of 5 pointers. It's an array of 5 pointers. To a function returning. ARR is an array of 5 pointer to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a integer. Right. So now moving on to the ninth statement. So how you read this? So in this, what? A is an array of what? N pointers. A is an array of n pointers. Right. So A is an array of n pointers to a function. Right. To a function returning pointer. A is an array of n pointer to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a character. Right. Now let me remove this. Now given this, write the equivalent statement. So in this, A is an array of n pointers. So how do you write? A is an array of n pointers. Fine. A is an array of n pointers to a function. Pointer to a function. So A is an array of n pointers to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a function returning pointer to a character. See, it's pretty simple, right? So now, if I ask you to define what is Yash, so do write your answer in the comments section, right? And if you think that this is worth enough, so please do subscribe and like my channel. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.